Take it to the next level.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Coach Tiffany Parra, Editor-in-Chief of Phoenix Fitness Fanatics magazine, elevating your mind, body, and spirit. Today, I'm taking center stage on the Own It publishing platform with one of our contributing writers. We're going to catch up with her. She is coming to us all the way from the UK, y'all. So let me go ahead and bring her on in the house. Hey, what's going on? Coach Amy's in the house. How are you? Good afternoon. I know it's afternoon for you. It's early morning for us here in California. So I am so glad to see you today, Coach Amy. So please take a moment to just share with our audience who you are. I already told them where you're from and just a little bit about what you do.
Thank you, Coach Tiffany. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here this afternoon. And we do have a bit of sunshine, which is unusual in London, United Kingdom. Sorry. Yeah, so I'm a mindset and transition coach. And I work with women, mainly Black women, to help and support them on mindset changes. So things like helping them to be able to be more grounded and be sure in themselves. So that you have this monkey brain coming into your heads, which we can't control, which make us feel we're not good enough. And taking charge of that, I've got some tools that I use to help people to weaken that bit of yourself and the right brain to strengthen that, which we call the sage, to strengthen that to help them to be able to be successful against the saboteurs, which as the judge of us, so judging ourselves, judging other people, judging what happens in society. So to be more grounded, to grow within, and being neutral to all the noise that's around and not letting that affect you.
That's right. Ooh, I love it because we got a lot of noise going on right now. So it is just awesome to just see what you do, with helping people to, and as you say, just kind of calm, that monkey brain, that craziness, right? Because we are just thinking so many thoughts all the time, and we need to be able to learn how to calm that down. So what brought you into this field, into this focus of mindset and transition coaching?
Well, I guess for me, I came from an abusive marriage, and then also I had problems with my health, which was probably brought on by the stress in my life.
Right.
And I figured out that for my part, you can't control what's happening on the outside. For my part, I figured out to have self-love for myself, which I think was lacking, to understand who I am as a person. And so I initially started with wellness to treat my illness because I was on medication for a long time and my symptoms just kept getting worse. So I had to find alternatives and to find out the root cause and where it was all coming from. So I started with my health and finding out that everything in life is all to do with mindset. So if you believe you can, you can. If you believe you can't, you can't. And that's very strong and very powerful. So realizing the effect of having a grounded mindset, you can change and achieve things that you want. So I do try and put in my health and wellness involved in what I'm doing. But again, like I said, it's all to do with self-love, understanding who you are, loving yourself, and you're able to give yourself what you deserve by
Yeah.
changing
Yeah.
your mindset to to realize that yeah, you are important. You can't change the world. You can start
Right.
to change the world by changing yourself.
That's right. It starts within here. It's all in how we react to it, right? Because I mean, we don't have to, we don't have to be reactionary, right? We
Yes,
can just say, okay, that happened, and we're going to feel okay about it, and we're going to continue to move and find our happy place. And I think when
yes,
we are in that happy place, that's where magic happens to us. When you look
exactly.
at your life, right, and you look at when you've got a lot of turmoil going on in the mind, you got a lot of chaos and turmoil going on around you as well. So like take a moment just to look around you for a minute, and see. And if there is some
Be
chaos,
still.
right? Be still. And if there is some stuff going on, then guess what? Maybe you need to contact someone like Coach Avy right here, to help you to get your mindset right,
Yes.
because it will definitely change everything else around you. It'll change, the career. If you're in a job that are just really just not happy with, when you start changing your mindset and you start focusing on the things that make you happy, then you're going to find other things that are going to make you happy. And those things like the bad jobs and things like that are going to start to fall away,
You
and you're going
find
to
your
see
solution.
right? Right? You see a whole different, a whole different world around you if you just change your mindset. So
Mm.
that's just amazing. So I love that. So we're going to cut to a quick commercial break, and then we're going to come back and keep on tapping in here with Coach Avy. We'll be right back, everybody.
See you soon.
And we are back. This is Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine, elevating your mind, body, and spirit. And I tell you, that commercial elevates my mind, body, and spirit every single time I see it. Big ups to Michelle Mupo with Mupo Entertainment. That is such a fun commercial. So if you want to see some awesome shows and things like that, definitely tap into Mupo Entertainment. So we're back with Coach Avy in the house. We're talking about mindset, and we're talking a little bit about what she does as a mindset and transition coach. So Avy, share with us just a little bit of, share with the audience a little bit of, what what are the benefits of working with you? What are some of the things that they can receive, through, tapping into your services?
What they can receive, I guess, being able to, I have tools that I use to help women, to help them to be able to recognize who they are. So I have various programs. I also am offering. I have a course, and I am looking for some women to volunteer to do the course with me that will help them transition and get their mindset change. So what will they get in the end? So they'll get that empowerment, to be empowered in who they are, to be able to come up and make decisions for themselves. So the right decision for them. So for example, if you're in a toxic relationship, be it in the workplace or personally, it's the right thing to do to leave the relationship or not to leave the relationship. And so they'll be able to have the confidence, be able to make that decision for themselves because it's different for everybody. Is it
Right,
that they're not speaking up? Is it that the other person, people don't understand what's going on? So to be able to get them to a place where they're confident and feel empowered to be able to make the right decision for themselves because it's not one size fits all. And
right.
looking on from the outside, you might think that, okay, this is what they should do, but you don't know because you're not them.
Right, right. Everybody is different, and it's definitely not a cookie cutter kind of coaching, right? When you're
No.
dealing with the mindset and things like that. Oh, we've got
So you'll be working one to one. So I offer the one to one service,
yes,
um, so that you get that personal touch. Because that's like Tiffany has just said, it's not a cookie
yeah,
size.
yeah, absolutely. So I want to real quick just say hello to Heather May. She's tuning in on
Heather?
LinkedIn. So good morning, good morning. Thanks so much for tuning in, Heather. So, Avy, so what's your favorite part about being a mindset and transition coach?
I guess it's spreading the awareness because I think sometimes we think we're alone and we think it's all unusual for us, but you will be surprised to find that we're not alone. So seeing that change and seeing the change in the individual, how the progression,
Yeah,
that's very rewarding. I'm just being able to speak about my experience and understand understand that, yeah, there's always people, there's always things to do, there's always solutions, there's always a solution to everything. I think that's the main thing. And seeing them re- helping women realize that is just very rewarding for me.
yeah, I love that. And you know what? You're not alone. Everybody out there, I'm talking to you all, men, women, everybody. You're not alone. I mean, we all go through stuff, and some of us go through very similar situations, And when you tap into individuals that have gone through these situations, you can really, kind of learn certain perspective on how to deal with it, right? Because like you said, like we're in here with our mind just going thinking about all these different things, and when we finally actually be still and actually ask someone else's perspective, you're like, wait a second, I didn't think about that, and now you have a
Correct.
solution. Right?
Yeah,
So
correct.
you
And
gotta
sometimes you do need the guidance because when you're on your own,
yeah,
you the clarity can be difficult. But sometimes when you've got somebody to help you, it becomes clearer, point in the right direction, and you're able to move forward on your own after that. So
right.
you don't develop the dependence. I think that's the difference with
Mhm.
a coach. Coaches, you come in for a short period of time, you learn about the tools that can work for you, and then
And
you fly on your own.
yeah. Yeah. And I think it helps you to not feel so helpless, right? Because I mean, really no one is, helpless out there, because there always, is going to be that solution. It's just opening your mouth and just saying, hey, this is what I'm going through. But I think sometimes people also don't want to say what they're going through because maybe it's pride or whatever that is. And even that's also, a mindset thing, right? Something that you kind of get over, because if you don't ask for the help, or if you have too much pride and you just kind of just stay, in, then what happens, Amy? What happens? You kind of self-destruct, right?
Yeah, yeah, and sometimes you think, like the things that come into your head, it's not something you can control. So they're
Hmm.
coming, but it's learning how to be the observer
Yeah.
and let it pass.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
sometimes things come into people's head, they think, am I a bad person? Why is that coming into my mind? But no, it's nothing to do with you. It just happens. It happens to everybody. But it's about learning to be the observer and let it pass and recognizing when it comes in
Yeah.
and then using the right tools to recognize when it comes in because that weakens it
Right.
and be successful when you realize when it comes in, and then you've got other tools that help strengthen the other parts. I am good enough. No, this is not true about me. I am this. I know who you are. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's knowing who you are, most definitely.
Yeah.
So we're going to cut to another quick commercial break, and then we're going to come back and talk a little more with Coach Avy, and yeah, get a few tips. So we'll be right back, everybody.
Soon.
All right, and we are back. This is Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine, elevating your mind, body, and spirit. That was Upscale Online Biz Solutions. Big ups to Charles, the CEO of Upscale. If you want a video made, you got some things that you need done. You want look on-site support as well. He and his team will come out to you, and they do magnificent work. So big ups to Upscale Online Biz Solutions. So we are back taking center stage on our Own It publishing platform. We have Coach AB in the house. Coach AB, you know what? It's getting to the end of the year. There's a lot of people stressed out. I mean, even just the whole climate with, just certain things that have just recently gone on. And, there's a lot of depression, there's a lot of anxiety. We recently talked about SAD with one of our other contributing writers. And I want to just kind of talk to you a little bit about that because that has a lot to do with the mindset and, kind of transitioning into, the holidays and into, the fall. Well, going, the fall and the cooler months. We don't have as much sunshine after we fell back in our hours and things too. So what are some tips or tools that you can provide to our audience just to maybe make this time a little bit easier on them as we flow through to get to the end of the year?
I think, from my perspective, I think one thing I find is there's a lot of negativity out there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of negativity on mainstream, and there's a lot of negativity on alternative. And I find that that's a lot of noise. The only thing we can do, and we can have an effect on, is on ourselves and the immediate environment. So sometimes, and I find that with myself, sometimes I delve too deeply into these things. I can't change it anyway. It is what it is. And it's learning, again, to be the observer. Because we live in a world of duality. So when you've got one, you'll always, it's like a coin, you'll always have the opposite. So some people will be happy and others will not, and vice versa. That's just normal in everything in life. And it's being able to get that balance, and with all, because that's all noise.
Mm-hmm.
And you find that in any situation, there's loads of people that are very successful in that situation. And you turn it the opposite way, there's still loads of people that will be happy in those situations. So why are those people happy and why are the rest of us not happy? It's because they've learned to be able to understand that there's nothing they can do about the noise. The thing is to get yourself in a mindset of kind of neutrality. It's not that you don't care, of course you care, but that's just part of life. We're not going
Mm-hmm.
to be happy with everything.
Right.
So, but I think we get ourselves really worked up about things that we have no control about. And I
Right.
think that there's this saying that goes on about, I can't remember it, but I'm sure everybody knows it, about accept what you can't, the serenity prayer, I think it's called.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh, I can't even think of it right
Yeah.
now.
So you only the stuff that you can change that you should worry about, and it's very difficult
Right.
to do,
Yeah.
especially with the noise. And sometimes we have to learn to take ourselves away from the television,
Right.
which
Yeah.
is always full of. I mean, I'm in my 60s now, and as far as I can remember, there's always been fear on TV.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not
Mm-hmm.
going to change. So sometimes we have to get to a stage of understanding that. So that's a very good thing, especially now with this time of, like you said, you talked about
Yeah.
SAD, which is a seasonal disorder.
Seasonal affecting disorder.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and in the UK, there's a high percentage of people that have it. That's because we don't have the sun.
Right.
So
Yeah.
We,
Yeah.
we we don't we don't have the sun, so vitamin D3, especially the darker skinned you are, the worse it is for you, because you need
Oh.
more of the vitamin D3.
Mm-hmm.
So you
Mm-hmm.
find out that with darker skinned people, it's worse. And also when you're low on vitamin D, you also are susceptible to more illnesses.
Yeah.
So one of the things to do is to get out there. If you've got a dog, fantastic, because you take the dog for a walk, get some sunshine. Apparently, I just learned that some of the UV rays which we need
Hmm.
don't come in through the glass. So you
Oh,
can't sit, you can sit in front of the glass, think, oh yeah, I'm getting the good stuff, but you're not. You have to go outside. So
yeah.
going outside, the fresh air, um, if you're low, check out your bloods and see if you're low on vitamin D, because in the winter that's a big thing. So
Yeah.
apart from the expenses to Christmas is coming up, I guess you're having Thanksgiving. Is it this weekend?
Next weekend.
Next weekend. So that's coming up. So that's extra stress. You want to please everybody. The presence is a lot of expense these days with the inflation and everything up. Winter fuel bills to keep yourself warm. So there's all that natural stress that's around. So going on walks, exercise that helps you to feel
Hmm.
positive, feeling positive. Be mindful of what you're watching or you're
Hmm.
listening to, because that goes into your subconscious.
Yeah.
And the language you use, try to be positive, because when you're negative, it goes into your subconscious. When you say things like, oh, I'm not good enough, or oh, I'm such a failure, be
Hmm.
careful, because that affects you. Don't also mind your language. Just be more conscious of who you are. Love
Hmm.
yourself. When you do something positive, no matter how tiny it is,
Yeah.
you celebrate it. And celebration doesn't mean spend money. Celebration could be give yourself a hug or say,
Right.
well done, this is what I've done. And your brain thinks, oh, well, I've done this good thing this time. And it thinks of other good things you can do. So the more you celebrate your wins, the more
Hmm.
your brain gives you things to celebrate about. So that's really good.
Yeah.
Diet's so important, what, because a lot of times we're eating sad again, standard American diet.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of processed foods that
Right.
interacts with our hormones and stuff. So be careful. Fresh food. I say it's easy if it's in a box. Think twice. If it's
Yeah.
coming out of nature, that's usually good. So
Hmm.
think, and I know those things can be addictive. But it's not to say don't have them at all, but to be aware, because they affect our hormonal imbalance, which then makes us sadder than we would normally be.
Right.
Exercise is a great one, because then you produce all those hormones that kind of make you feel happy. I
Hmm.
don't say that vitamin D is considered the happy pill. It's called the happy pill.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's called the happy pill for a reason, because it helps you get those hormones, being
Yeah.
happy. So those of it, stress, good sleep again, that could be difficult. So if you get enough sunlight into your eyes, I don't mean stare at the sun, but it goes in, it goes into you. You get it on your skin, it goes into you. That helps your circadian rhythm, so it helps with your
Hmm.
sleep patterns. So you go out in the morning and you get the sunshine, your body's clocks kind of works better. But if you're
Yeah.
indoors all the time, your body doesn't know when it's night or when it's daytime. So it gets
Hmm.
confused and you lose sleep. So sleep is very important. Looking at your sleep.
Yeah.
There's supplements you can take that can help to build this up so you can get better sleep.
Hmm.
What else? Self-care.
Oh
That's
yeah.
so
Oh yeah.
important.
That's everything.
I treat myself every 6 weeks. I get a full body massage. If it's always good to get more if you can, but full body massage, and I get a pedicure because
Yeah.
that just makes me feel good for a few weeks. Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah.
those are
You gotta do that
walk.
self. Oh, I love it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
just a
everything.
few things. I mean, you find what works for you. Because some
Hmm.
people going to the gym, lifting weights, doing strenuous exercise can be good. Obviously, what's not too strenuous, because that again can be taxing on your body unless you're preparing for something. Or even
Right.
just walking is fine.
Yeah.
I know in America it's difficult
Mhm.
because everybody drives cars. Nobody walks. Well, I mean, whatever you like, you can
Yeah.
find something. Can just be going to the gym if you can't walk or you don't like something you enjoy. That's what's important.
Yeah, yeah. Make it something, make it feel like it's not work,
Yes,
because if
exactly.
it feels like it's work, you don't want to do it. If it's
Yeah,
something enjoyable that
yeah,
you really every day you're looking forward to it, that's what you want. You want something like that. So I love lifting
exactly.
weights. I love going to the gym, but I also love doing walks as well. So I kind of incorporate both. Maybe it's a day where I, get out and I walk my dog every day, but it's like getting out and actually going for a hike instead of going into the gym, things like that.
Yeah, and there's lots of stuff on YouTube you can get and do in your living room. So there's
Oh,
just so much out there.
I mean, technology has made things very, very easy for us. So it's
Yes. And
absolutely,
like everything else, it says this duality in everything. So technology is amazing to do with that, but also it can make us I wouldn't use the word lazy because that's negative. It can make us less motivated
yeah,
because
yeah,
we kind of everything we get instantly, so we don't push
hmm,
ourselves as much as we used to maybe 20 or 30 years
right,
ago.
yeah. Well, that's like
So
even remembering a phone number, right? Most
yes,
people don't
yes,
remember
yes.
phone numbers anymore. I mean, how many of you out there can actually write down 10 names and their phone numbers?
I know I can't.
I asked myself that the other day, and I was actually able to get up to 7. I'm like,
Oh
wow,
wow,
okay,
you go
but
well.
but but I could not get to 10. So, try that. And even, if you can't get to 10, now I'm actually going in and I'm taking those important numbers and I take them out of my phone and wrote them down on a piece of paper and I'm going to write them down again. So it
Hmm.
will go back into my head. So now it's, once you're writing it down and you're looking at it, you're tapping it into the subconscious so you can remember that again. You got to make your brain work again. So
Yeah,
yeah,
make our
definitely.
brains work because
Yeah.
those things are great, but I think the pendulum seems to be swinging the other way now. So even though they're
Yeah.
great, we're losing other talents that we had.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
it's been aware.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
And
we
also,
don't
I
want to
forgot to
like
mention surrounding yourself with people, positive
that's right.
people. So
Positive people.
important. Positive
Absolutely.
people. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, Avi, is there any words of wisdom, words of encouragement you want to share with the audience before we close up today?
Words
I'm
of
like,
wisdom, I would say believe in self.
yeah.
Because we are powerful, we are strong, and sometimes a lot of times we don't believe we can do
Hmm.
things. Find things that you enjoy doing. Surround yourself with positive people. Get out there. Fresh air is very good
Yeah.
for you. The breathing. Enjoy nature. So good. So
Yeah.
stress. So stress is good, but too much of it is bad. So
Right.
techniques to deal with your stress. Breathing is very good. Um, so like things like yoga that teach you breathing, and even if you don't do yoga, there are breathing exercises you can do that help you, that calibrate your brain
Right.
and help you. Like when you're panicking or you've got anxiety or you're anxious about something, just taking the time and being silent and just breathing can help you recalibrate things. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Coach Amy. So it is just, again, awesome to have you as part of the Phoenix Fitness Fanatics family. I just love your content. And everybody, if you have not subscribed to Phoenix Fitness Fanatics magazine yet, go to Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Mag 2021. Get your subscription so you can see Coach Amy's content as well as some other amazing coaches in our platform. And this is every month, y'all. So every month you'll get some tips, tricks, tools, all those things that are going to help you to balance your mind, body, and spirit and be able to get physically, mentally, spiritually, and financially fit. So if you want to connect or work with Coach Amy, you can. Oops. All right. That was the wrong one there. Hold
Yeah, well, just
on.
before while you're getting that up, I was going to say definitely subscribe to Phoenix Fanatics magazine. Really good, great content in there. Yeah, and again, you get my content in there and other amazing ladies.
Yes. So we've got, yes, again, some amazing stuff in there. So everybody definitely connect. And if you want to connect with Coach Avi, you want to get that mindset right, you're looking to transition into just a better way of being able to tap into that self-love. You want to tap into Coach Avi. So thank you all so much for joining us today. Have an amazing rest of your week. Have an awesome weekend, and we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Level.